They love to get first handeds on it, and they've got Anderson, the dasher. They've got Jones, cool and calm off half back. But if it doesn't get out wide, South Croydon might be hampered.
They need more than what you just mentioned, though. They need Dan King. They need that X factor from him now.
Let's go boundary side before we have the first bounce.
Yeah, guys, Churgan was getting the strapping removed, I think, from the foot as we walk past the rooms back out to our spot. So looks like he won't be taking any further part in the game.
Ball's held aloft. Balwyn lead by 3 points going into the second half.
That they do. Ball goes up. Tap one down by Mason, trying to find a teammate there. Frankie Anderson going to put himself over the footy. Pushed off the ball there by Cross. Anderson got taken high there by big Johnny Mason, and then they're wrapped up by Sean Cross. You reckon a player like Sean Cross get a bit more than 58?
It's distinctive.
Yeah, but he had that number at Scoresby as well, Gus.
There you go. So the footy comes out. Frank Anderson, socket it forward there. Foot race now. O'Neill, handballed over the back to Dano King. Dano King's worked hard by Gottsleepson. And Dano's happy to take that footy across the boundary line for a throw-in. Right in front of our Choose Tap boundary riders. So boundary throw-in, true centering position, broadcast side. Comes back into play. Tucker won the tap. Trying to find a teammate there in King. Running back with the flight, or with the back of the draw, was Simpkin. Allison handballs into traffic. Dodging and diving through two is Rooney. Handball was Paul. Trying to get centre of the footy there is Simpkin. Comes inside. Stevie Dinell to Miles Sewell. Now it's a one-on-one battle. Maxi King gets the front spot and takes the mark. Great work and body strength there from Maxi King.
That's what we talked about, didn't we? That get it in quickly, one-on-one contest, isolation. He's used his body well. He was in front. Gee, that was good work from Stevie Dinell. Attacked the footy off the back half, then clean with the footy. This is could be a crucial goal.
McCutcheon didn't do that much wrong either. He was just outmanoeuvred there.
So here's Maxi King to put his second on the board and get the lead back for the Dogs. Kick looks good. Dead-eye dig from Maxi King, and he puts his second on the board. He's got two, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Balwyn 5-6-36, South Croydon 6-3-39. Just back on to Stevie Dinell, Brett. He'd be one of the best half forwards in the competition at the moment.
Oh, look, and you've got to remember that the guy's got an enormous amount of experience. He's played a high-level football at North Ballarat for a number of years. He's come back to the club to help out. He's got, for a small bloke, he attacks it hard. He's got speed, he's got skill. He's been good today.
2 minutes into this third term, I reckon the wind's gone out of the windsock, so I don't reckon it is as prevailing as it was in the first half, this wind, with South Croydon going to the scoreboard end. At the back of the square, Wright picks it up and just boots it to the outer wing. He's got Fraser running onto the ball, but it eludes him, and it goes out of bounds, outer wing.
They do that so well, Balwyn, their ability to bring the ball outside of the back of the contest to a left footer. It's just amazing the way they're able to set up so well in that area.
Just unfortunately, Wright's not the most accurate of kicks. He's just a solid backman. On the wing, the rucks just get out of the way of the ball and allows Anderson to pick it up, and he's on dashing. One bounce, he'll probably take another. No, he skips that and goes straight to King on McCutcheon. King gets it on the second grab, puts it on the boot, just misses. And McCutcheon's under a heap of pressure. King's very agile for a big man, and he misses.
Tell you what, this Anderson, how exciting is he when he gets the football?
20 years old too.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. What a excitement machine. Sensational.
He's not a bad cricketer either.
He's a bloody good sportsman, Frank Anderson, and an even better bloke. Shout out to Frankie's family and Alice. They'll be watching today. So the kick comes long down the line. A few blokes fly. One of those was the Nell. Trying to crumb. Jones, handballs over the top. Zoma, snaps around the body, kick was poor. Roach, trying to take the game on, that he does. Comes inbound, trying to find Jaffa Williams there nonetheless. Simpkin to his brother. Roach, against the footy long. Goebbels takes a mark in space. I think he played on there, but nonetheless he stood up, and he'll go back and kick this one from about 30 metres out, virtually straight in front. Great link-up play there from Roach and Simpkin.
Yeah, when Tommy Roach gets on starts running hard, he becomes really dangerous. We just haven't seen enough of it, Davo.
And that was great work from Goebbels. He led Stone up to the ball then, and then pushed back really hard to get into space.
I don't know if you can see on the screen there, but Frankie Anderson's getting a bit of lip here to Goebbels, and I love that. So Goebbels will kick for his fourth now. 35 metres out, slightest of angles. The way he's kicking today, you'd back him in.
Yep.
Use the breeze sensationally, and Gables goes bang. Great response there from the Tigers. That's his 4th. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, the Tigers move out to a 2-point lead. We've played 5 minutes, Davo.
And look, in some ways, that's going to be the difference between the two sides. If they can stop Gobles from getting that supply as easy as they are, they've really had no other option to go forward.
I was going to say that. Where's that second option for goals if he can't kick them?
So, very interesting to see, but they're going to have to work hard because he's such a good footballer in being able to create space.
Meeson and Zoma go at it, the middle. Meeson just tries to kick it off the ground. Anderson picks it up, bounces off a couple. His hand pass goes backwards, pretty dangerous. But on the back of the square, his teammates there to help him out and Shink. He gets it out wide to Cass. Cass tries to paddle in front of himself, and he's getting held as he do so.
Good play then.
So Cass was smart there, never took possession, but had control. Gets it to the pocket. Tucker to under it with 2 on Eve's hammer, and now Wright will help out McCutcheon in defence, and they'll spread it to the other side. Will Balwyn, and Gilchrist is on the end of it at half back. Wants to put in a long raking hand pass, but decides against that and settles to look at other options. Goes into the middle where the numbers are there for Balwyn, picked up by Roach. Roach goes to the back pocket. Good leaps and has to run for it deeper than he would like, and it stopped his run out of defence. So he's hemmed in the back pocket. The kick to cross his lookalike on the back 50. So they've gone from one side to the other, back to the scoreboard side. 2 points the difference with a lead to Balwyn. And now another mark taken on halfback. They're doing it nicely with Gilchrist. Taylor Gilchrist on the outer side has it. 6 minutes gone, third term. Kicks it in short. Getting into it is Roach. Roach hands it to Gilchrist in Rennie. Rennie gets on the left, puts it to Rennie Rotts. He couldn't take the mark under a lot of pressure. Kick off the ground. What has the umpire seen on the outer side? And it's another Balwyn free as they keep control of the ball on the outer side. So they've got the free kick at half forward. Gobles looks like he's well contained. The sideway kick might be first, but that's been closed off as well. Umpire says play on. The spearing kick's not a great one, and Crowell is there, but he couldn't take the mark of the quick ball in, and he's knocked it out of bounds in the pocket.
Well, that was really, that was clinical then from Ball in the way they brought the ball down. It was just a disappointing finish kick inside 50 then.
Watson, Tucker. Tucker won that down, finds Dano King. Dano King's wrapped up pretty hard there by Roach. So ball up. 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Rennie Watts got front position, trying to find Wrights. Kick forward there was good from the Dogs. Set the ball across the boundary line, just trying to gain some yardage.
They haven't been as clean from outside the contest, South Croydon, as what they were early in the game. They've shut them down a fair bit, Balwyn.
Yep.
So ball comes back into play now. Tap was won by Meeson. Trying to keep the footy alive, well done by Ashton. But he's taken across the boundary line by the big ruckman there.
Yeah, Dano King just can't get into the game, Davo. He just can't get in. He just can't get a run at the ball at the moment to use that explosive pace of his.
He's got a pretty handy player on him in Sean Cross. Miles Sewell handballs the forward. Simpkin kicks it long. Gobles is the target. He sits out the back and read it like an absolute book, and it lands right in his lap, Davo.
Well, that's experience for you, wasn't it? There were 3 South Croydon defenders, including one that was going up to try and punch it away.
Small push.
And just read it beautifully. Yeah, that's experience. Did it to the right side, so the umpire couldn't see, and you'd back him on this, wouldn't you?
Gobles to kick his 5. His 5th, I should say, and put Balwyn out to a 8-point lead. Cross boundary side quickly.
Yes, Jared Chirkwood back on the ground, so it looks as if he's gotten over his foot injury.
Great work, Damo. Here's Gobles for his 5th. Dead-eye deck he is. Def Gobles goes bang. Puts his 5th on the board and the 2nd for the term. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's Balwyn. 7-6-48. South Croydon. 6-4-40. We played 9 minutes.
And the hard thing is that you've got to find someone that's got the speed but also got the strength, and that's the difficult thing. He's a very difficult matchup, Gobles. He's quite good in the air, but he's also very smart. So they need to do something. They can't allow a forward to be 5 goals 10 minutes into the third quarter in a 7-goal game at the moment.
So Watts goes in the ruck against Zoma. Zoma wins the tap. Stone's getting over the ball, leaves it behind. Sorry, that was O'Neill. Stolen off, and it's Balwyn to get it forward. Tumbling into the mark was Gilchrist. He's paid it even though he spilt it at ground level. Gilchrist will go long as he can. That man, Goebels in the pocket's got it. And he just got some space, got further into the open, into the pocket. And once he was out in the open with the ball in front of his eyes, he was never going to spill that one.
I think they might have to look at a change here because they need someone, like you said, maybe put Matt Jones on him or something, someone that's got a bit of tank with him, Gus.
I'd be inclined to put a small on him. Put a smaller player on him and see if they can get him on the lead because he's not winning the football in the air. They've got enough players to come over and punch in the 2-on-1. They've got to get him for speed, Dave.
He's going to hook it around from the pocket. He's hooked it too much. Interesting that he set up for it. The man came in from the side nice and quick to hassle him, and it's a minor score. Balwyn 7-7-49, leading by 9 points at the 10-minute mark of the third.
Yeah, they dodged a bullet there, I reckon, South Croydon. Gee, because it would have gone out to 14 points.
So kick comes back in now. It's a good one, finds Jones. Jones goes long down the line.
Who to?
Who to, and straight to in the hands of Tommy Simpkin. That's who to, Brash. Tom Simpkin, the former Saint, comes inbound, finds Cross. Cross goes short, finds his target there. But well intercepted by Stevie Dinell. And they've won a free kick there, the Doggies. I think the ball's in the hands of Tucker. Out of this, Tucker comes in bound now, true centre-half forward position. Once again, bombing the footy, and
that's where they're falling
Taylor
down.
Gilchrist.
That half-forward line's not functioning at the moment.
Another turnover, and well read off the boot by Trent Zoma. He's got it centre-half forward for the Dogs. Maxie King wants it on his head, and they're going to go to it. At the back, where's King? Running back with the fight there is Rennie Watts. Well intercepted by the Tigers. They can rebound now through Wright. Wright goes over the top. Finds Roach. Roach is running hard. Switches, good switch, finds Taylor Gilchrist. Goes over the top now. Simpkin, long down the line. Kicks poor, well intercepted by the Dogs. The Doggies come inbound now. Ashton, over the top from Ashton, finds a teammate there. Marshall, kick was poor and well intercepted there by Taylor Gilchrist.
So McCutcheon will do dashing out of half back. He's got a Shergren on his own. He takes the lead up mark, and he's got another lead up in Hughes. He's got a runner over the top. He'll allow Gilchrist to get on top of the ball, and he just puts it on the boot as he had a chaser. There's a whistle for downfield. Gilchrist was taken down after he kicked it, and Goebels will be going for goal number 6. So that's ill-discipline, knowing that the kick was a wobbler anyway. No need for Marshall to come in there with a bump after he kicked it, other than your own personal, you know.
The question's really now being asked of South Croydon here, Davo. Balwyn are really starting to tighten the screws here.
Without a doubt. And look, their use of the football has been so much cleaner this quarter, I think. And, you know, King, they're just going too King conscious at the moment.
Yep.
Goebel for 6. Goebels for Balwyn's 8th. As he comes in 40 metres out, only a slight angle, and he puts it right through the middle, and Balwyn storming out to a 15-point lead. 13 minutes gone. Balwyn 8-7-55, leading South Croydon 6-4-40.
Signs are ominous here. Third goal in the quarter for Goebels, Gus.
Half-time between Knox and Doncaster East. Knox took a goal after the siren to bring the buffer back to 2 points. Doncaster East 4-4-28. Knox 3-8-26.
Gee, what an enthralling contest that is.
Knox's goal-kicking coach will be sacked this week. I can confirm that after poor goal-kicking. So the ball's in the hands now of Bain, and he got taken reasonably high. The umpire says it was fair.
No, too high now.
From Allison. Now he's playing it too high. Make your mind up, Dan. Nonetheless, the ball comes out wide through Simpkin, and the umpire's blown his whistle once again.
Turnover.
It is on here. It is on. Allison collected Simpkin late there.
Yeah, I thought there's a...
Let's get a better angle of that, Lee. I want to see the punches getting thrown left, right and centre.
Actually,
get the camera on that.
I thought Dan Beard then was giving that free kick back to South Croydon the way he indicated.
No, advance down the field. He was
So
signalling.
kick goes long. Where's Goebels?
Oh!
Who needs Goebels when you can go all the way? What a cracking kick off the boot. I think it was the skipper and Rennie Gilchrist.
It was Gilchrist.
What a cracking kick. Who needs Goebels when you can go bang like that, Davo?
Yeah, look, at the moment, South Croydon, they're trying to be physical.
Ain't working.
It isn't working. But
It was Liam Frazier.
But they're also getting hurt. It seems to be, and it's one of those things that you talk about, the mistake. They're making a mistake and they're being punished for every mistake they're being made at the moment. So, and they're not hurting Balwyn on Balwyn's mistakes. So that's the difference at the moment.
So Balwyn lead 9-7-61. Now 21 points lead. They had a 3-point lead at half-time, but they're kicking clear as they go again towards Mountain Highway with the long kick from O'Sullivan. Gets it on the forward 50. South Croydon under a heap of pressure, and they'll take a ball up now deep in their defence.
They just can't hold a mark. South Croydon around the ground, and their structures are starting to fall apart here.
King rows it beautifully, puts it on the boot quickly. It doesn't suit his team. Ascot leaps and gives it to Cross. Cross tries to find Jaffa Williams, and he marks inside 50s with the Bulldogs scrambling. So Jaffa Williams, I'm not sure if he's got the leg on him, but the wind will be behind him. So if he can put it towards deep in the goal square, it might just float through in the end. But he's looking at options, and he's assessing whether he's got the distance in himself.
I reckon he'll back himself.
Left footer, right side, 51 metres. He puts it to the goal line. Will they get the journey? And it's hooking and just missing. There's a push.
Whistle.
There's a whistle for holding. And it's going to go to South Croydon
Anticlimax.
against Rennie Watts. And that's relief for South Croydon.
Nonetheless, the kick comes back in now. Ball's in the hands of O'Neill. He goes long down the line. Who to? 4 Balwyn players. Snapped across the body there by Roach. And Rennick Watts is taking a good mark out in the lead. Not sure if it was intended for him, but nonetheless, he's got his hands on the footy.
That was a kick in hope there by South Croydon there, Davo.
Well,
because there was no direction in that kick whatsoever.
And absolutely, there was no one there. So
No one there.
You know, they've been working the ball out well when they've gone short, and they've just gone against their structures the last 5 minutes.
So Rennie Watts, the resting ruckman, will go to kick his second.
And he's missed.
So Rennie Watts puts it behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Balwyn, 9-8-62. South Croydon, 6-4-40. Interesting, David, that Churgwin has gone forward. Normally plays his footy across the half-back line.
Look at that now. Got Gilchrist and Churgwin are a little bit sore, both forward.
But Churgwin late in the season has become the half forward, that foil for Goebbels, and he kicked a few goals only a few weeks ago. So Churgwin is definitely a goal sneak now with this new lineup as the Bulldogs kick it long into half-back, but they really haven't taken possession or controlled it in recent times. Now the kick goes out of the pack by Rosier. King gets underneath it at half forward. He spills it where Balwyn will pounce, but the hand pass is a searching one. It's turned over. Donnell will pick it up. He's got runners galore. They'll go through the middle. Here's Jones from 50. Lines it up. Puts it to the line. Bouncing. Just touched. It never got that last roll. And that is touched on the line. Simpkin got there, saved the bacon of Balwyn. It's still a 21-point deficit.
They really needed that goal there, I think, South Croydon.
And really, this quarter, everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong a little bit for South Croydon. Haven't had the bounce of the ball, haven't got the free kicks that they've wanted, given away free kicks that have hurt them.
So nonetheless, Frankie Anderson got taken high there by Gilchrist. Great call there, Gav, by the way. Frank Anderson goes long. Where's King? He flies, and a good sprawl coming across the back. That was super work there from Frazier.
And really, King, he called for that. He shouldn't have called for that because he had 4 around him. They've got to start lowering their eyes and looking at other options.
As the ball comes back into play, King to do battle on the ruck with Mason. King won the tap, trying to find a teammate there in Rossier. Tap forward by Allison, soccering it, using his studs to his advantage. Tucker, handballs out wide, trying to keep the footy alive. There was O'Neill, and Cross will take him across the boundary line.
I'd almost think, Davo, put King up to centre half forward and put Zoma or Tucker down at full forward. Try and get King into the contest a bit more.
Maxie King, he is carrying that hamstring injury. I wouldn't say he looks lazy today. I just don't think he can actually do the work.
That's a fair call, Gus.
So the tap comes down.
Oh, is that
That's going to be out of bounds on the full. It came off the boot there. I think it was McCutcheon.
McCutcheon. I don't even know why he tried. He was already almost standing out of the bounds himself.
That's a really unusual option, that, isn't
But
it?
nonetheless, I think Frankie Anderson's going to... No, it's going to be Allison, I think. Josh Allison.
See, they need this goal here, South Croydon.
Josh
they have
Allison.
to score here.
This isn't without his range. He's a very crafty player, Josh Allison. He's a big boy too.
Can he do it, Jonathan Brown? Just Straight in.
He runs around the corner. Snap looks all right off the boot, but it's going through for a behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Balwyn 9-8-62. South Croydon 6-5. 6-6-42, I should say. Update the scoreboard.
They need another goal, South Croydon, before three-quarter time.
Simpkin's got it in back pocket from the short kick out, and they're hemmed in. Dogs have got a good zone. So what will Simpkin do? He might find Cross or Gilchrist. Late comes in Anderson. Good spoil. He allowed them to think they might have been open, but Anderson came in with a late spoil, and it's a ball in 50 metres out from Dogs' goal.
Frank Ann, sorry to cut you off, Dave. He's the future of the South Croydon Footy Club. How much of a talent is he?
Absolutely superb he is.
So it's a ball in. Dogs would like the next goal. Simpkin picks it up, goes through a couple of tacklers, just gets his handball out. Now the kick clears the defensive 50. Dogs get onto it through King, but he's been harassed to the ground and taken out of bounds by Bain. So well done by Balwyn holding up to this press. The Dogs need to keep it in the area and score the next. 20 and a half minutes gone, third term. It's been all Balwyn in this third term. They lead by 21 points. King at the back of Meeson. Punch goes down where Allison picks it up, but he's been slam tackled by two and he's been taken to the ground. Ball up 45 metres out from the Dogs' goal. Can they clear this congested ball up situation? King might want to punch it into the open. He taps it where it's been roved by Mallison. His kick goes to the goal square where McCutcheon was first to read it. He just pounces on it, hands it off to a runner. Now goes Simpkin. Simpkin gets a short pass out to the leading option in Hughes. On the bounce, he picks it up, and they've got runners on the outer wing. McCutcheon's followed up from full back to half forward. Now he'll put the pass into Watts. What great play. Watts was on the end of it, but put that goal down to potentially McCutcheon. Now they keep running, and another option in the forward line, but the spoil comes in on Simpkin. Dogs are let off the leash, and they might clear out of defence. Holding it up now is the Marshall. As they holler for a Marshall, do the Dogs. That kick was poor. Mallison now will have to tackle instead of taking the mark, and the Dogs are mucking around in the defence. Marshall steadies, puts it to King. King's got it on half back. Chessmark puts it to the other King, the taller one. He's got a runner if he can get the hand pass nicely onto Sewell. Now it's an open forward line. The bouncing ball should be a goal if it's picked up. Rooney gets it, runs into the open goal. He puts it on the boot and he missed the golden opportunity. He tried to kick it around the corner when he had nothing but the goal in front of him 20 metres out. What an anticlimax from one end to the other. And in the end, Dogs 1 point, trail by 19.
Great call there, Gav. David, that would have been a bloody good goal to kick from Rooney.
Like, yeah, he should have been a bit better than that, shouldn't he? He just panicked when he had the footy.
I reckon Wayne Rooney would have had a better chance of scoring a goal then.
Maybe.
Tell you what, there's a little bit of feeling on the boundary line there between King and one of the players. Yeah.
Let's cross boundary side now to Matt Fodia.
Yeah, guys, so it was Max King and Jonathan Simpkin going at it there. Simpkin just gave him a bump as King was running off the ground unbeknownst to him, and he's had a few words and he might be a bit frustrated, but I was just saying to Damo, you probably don't pick the bloke who's got about 100 games AFL experience to start talking yourself up to.
There you go. Comes inside now. Tucker has the footy, or is it Zoma? I think it is Zoma, the big boy. So Zoma's kick's a long one. It's a very long one. Is it going all the way? It's touched on the line. Frank Anderson didn't quite have the height to drag that one down and punched across the line there by Gotts Leapson.
That's why you've got to put it at the top of the square, not in that area where it's too easy to defend.
You're very right there, Davo. Roach comes inbound to Meeson. Meeson goes over the top to Taylor Gilchrist. And then set down the left foot there was Tregear. Finds his targeting. So they come along the line now. Cross goes down the line with the handball, finds his target there, comes back inbound to Roach. Roach can go all the way, but he goes short for a hit up. One-on-one contested ball, trying to get the ball across the line there. It's Bain, and rushed across the boundary line there by Dylan Marshall.
Their ability to transition out from defence has been very, very good this quarter ball, and they've just worked it out far too easily.
Seems like there's a lot happening, but no scoring really. Anderson takes the kick out, gets it back to the person who kicked to him. And now can the Dogs rush out? They've got Mallison on the short lead at centre half back.
Too slow.
At the back of the square, he's got another short on. Allison now, he's standing still. So they've got to go out wide. Boundary side they do come with the kick finding McDonald. He's got to go from half back to half forward. It's a wobbly punt, suits no one but the opposition. And Tregear picks it up, feigns a hand pass, walks around his opponent. Godleepson on his own takes the mark, puts a high up and under, but it's going to be good because it just settles nicely into the hands of Bain. So Bain at half forward for Balwyn, looks at his options. Hughes runs at him to the line, takes the mark just inside. Good outstretched grab. And now the Dogs are scrambling in defence. Goebel's on the lead, got one dropping back on him, and he can't mark that with the pressure out of bounds.
Yeah, you just want that's where you get a little bit one-person centric, don't you?
You
know,
do.
why would you kick it to a 2-on-1 when you've got the square?
But then the zone was quite good in getting back, and Goebbels was probably the only lead-up option.
Have another throw in.
We can only laugh because it wasn't his best effort. But
He's
that
done
was
well
just
there,
flat.
young boy. That was a good
pretty
effort.
flat, that ball in.
So a boundary thrown to come back in now. Mason, he's going to win that tap down there. Frank Anderson crumbed it beautifully.
Oof.
Well done, Frankie Anderson. He kicks it wide and finds a target there in Mallison. Intentional or not, bravo.
Yeah, well, he's at least attacking the contest, Anderson.
That he is. That kick comes over the top and finds Jaden Cass, one of the more lively players today for the Doggies.
This is where they're falling down.
Yeah.
There's a lack of urgency to move the ball quicker.
3-on-1 is an impossible task there from Tucker, but he managed to neutralise the footy, and Dano King wrapped up across the boundary line. I said it at half-time, and I'll say it again, Davo, they need blokes to hit up at the contest.
Yeah, and they're not being allowed to go inside. Balwyn is shutting off the inside run as well, so that's why they're making the poor options.
So Simpkin gets in space, uses his left boot. How good is that? Finds Roach. Roach to Taylor Gilchrist. Taylor Gilchrist wants to put it on Goebel's head. Goebel's! Oh, good flying, good spoil over the back there from Walker. Hughes handballs it back. They come inside. Who can take this one? Neutralise the footy. Snapped across the body there from Hughes. It's going. It's going. Running back with the flight, trying to keep the ball alive was Goebels. And we'll have a boundary throw in deep in the forward line. Or we're going to go play on. So we'll play on, and that kick's an absolute grubber. Churgwin runs inside, handballs to Roach. Roach dispossessed. Roach at the footy once again. Goes to Frazier. Frazier goes out wide to nobody. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
That was a comedy of errors, that wasn't it? There was probably 6 turnovers, and each team had an opportunity to convert, and neither could do it.
Must have been a rom-com because I wasn't laughing. Anyway, we're back on the field where O'Neill just kicks it out as far as he can just to clear some territory.
Fair income, Gav. That is the worst call I've ever heard on radio.
Well, all right, you name a good one.
Love Actually. Oh, Damo! I don't know if the broadcasters can hear that, but me and Damo said Love Actually straight out. That's a great moment in AFL football.
You gotta be serious, aren't you?
It's half back for the Dogs as they're holding up as best they can. And they couldn't put the score on when they had a good 5 minutes. So it's another ball up on the outer wing.
I'll tell you what, who's been quiet this quarter, Sewell.
Can't get into the contest. A couple of their big players, Dave, have just gone out of the contest. They've just not been allowed to get near the ball.
Yeah, Sewell and King just not as influential as what you'd hope.
Now they'll break out of the pack. Sewell, the man mentioned, just roves the ball beautifully off Zoma, but he's just growing for territory as long as he can, and he gets it to half forward where it trickles over the boundary line. 28 minutes gone, third quarter. It's Balwyn 9-9-63. Have kicked 4 goals this term, and South Croydon in reply, a 6-8-44, only added 1 goal this quarter. The wind seems like it's going to creep up a little bit again in this game, so it might be a slight factor. Zoma at front position, but meets and just takes it off him. But now it's fallen at ground level to the Dogs, who put it into the forward line. Where will the bouncing ball go? It goes closer to the flank boundary. Good bump there by Donnell. Now he paddles it in front of himself, leaves it behind, has to come in the tackle, and is wrapped up Godleepson. And it's a good 50-50 ball for the Dogs. Close to the siren is the siren for three-quarter time. Balwyn leading by 19 points, 9-9-63. The Tigers lead the Dogs 6-8-44. 1 quarter to go in this qualifying final. The winner will play Vermont next week. Let's